Now we have our second batch of hot business seats, and the first theme of this batch would be proofable. If you hate proofing your writing, leave it to the experts.
Applause for proofable!
There are more than 1.6 million international students at English-speaking universities each year. A lot of these students have problems with getting their ideas down on paper because they make grammatical mistakes, typos, and they have problem with sentence construction. This leads to them losing unnecessary marks, leading to lower grades. Our solution to this problem is our professional proofreaders who provide high quality, on time, and on budget proofreading services, helping these students achieve higher grades. So how does our business model work? When the client visits Proofable, they're given two options. They have our in-house proofreading service and the freelance proofreading platform. If the client chooses to go with the in-house service, they're presented with several options which have set prices. The client picks the best option for them, pays, uploads their document, which is then proofread, and the final work is sent back to the client. If the client, on the other hand, decides to go with the freelance platform, his job goes to a bidding process through an auction with the proofreaders. Proofable takes all the options which the proofreaders provide, and they're given back to the client. The client, again, chooses their option, pays, but this time, their payment is held in a third-party escrow account for security. Only after their document is uploaded, proofread, and returned, do we charge our commission and release the funds to the freelancers. Proofable has a first mover advantage because it is the first open, multilingual proofreading freelance platform which provides a variety of market-chosen proofreaders. It encourages a more competitive market pricing through the bidding. It also provides two services, so the customer has the power of choice. And we encourage constant service improvement through customer feedback. Our main marketing mix includes Google AdWords and, for instance, social media, word of mouth, and SEO. But for the future, we're planning to utilize the full marketing channel of universities, for example, through international student societies and clubs. So far, we have proofread more than 500,000 words, and we have been able to sustain a net profit margin of 51 to 62%. Our main current competition consists of companies which are proven and specialized in English proofreading, such as Grammarly, Proofreading 247, and Edit 911. Unlike our competitors, Proofable has the advantage that it will make this a global multilingual platform which will provide unlimited proofreader profiles, competitive pricing through bidding, and also it will give flexibility to the customer to choose their own service. Our major milestones include our launch in the end of October of 2012, our first paying customer a week after. We have had a very successful marketing campaign at the end of March, and also at the end of 2012 we have hired 2 professional proofreaders. For the future, we're planning to launch our platform by October 2012 and to have our 100th registered freelancer by the end of 2013. The faces which stand behind the success are myself, Georgi, and Pepi, but we could not have done it without our amazing proofreaders, Naomi and Victoria. Thank you so much for listening, and I would like to invite any questions at this time. And don't forget to check out Proofable Co. UK. Thank you.
My question is, how does it work? How much time does it take for the proofreader to complete the document? And basically, do the proofreader need to rewrite the sentences and understand the topic of the document when doing it? I should stop there.
Okay, yes. So on the first question, how long does it take the proofreaders to proofread? The proofreaders have a proofreading capacity, which cannot be exceeded. So this capacity is of 6,000 words per day. But sometimes, because we're very close with our proofreaders, if they want more work and they don't have a regular job, they can take even more words per day.
How much is this in pages?
In pages, an average page is a bit over 500 words. So 1,000 words is like 2.5 pages. So on the second question,
basically, how are you going to overcome this? So this should be the question. Basically, I'm aware that of the problem. Basically, you need people to get into the matter, which take time as well. It's not only to basically start immediately doing the proofread, right? You have to understand what it's about. You have to rewrite the sentences themselves. It's not about grammar mistake. It's about changing words, changing sentences, changing the meanings.
So how they're trained, basically, so we have a constant
how do you,
quality of service.
What do you think should be the way? Freelance or platform or do it yourself? And how are you going to go to achieve this? Each of the two ways. Do it yourself and freelance.
Okay, so first off, this is where our company is unlike any other one because, well, first I'll say about the two different companies, services, the in-house and the freelance. Some people don't have time to go through the bidding process, which has its own pluses and minuses. So if they don't have time, they can just choose to pay and get it over with and get it done with. However, if they have time, they can go to the freelance platform, and there they can obtain a better price. They can choose their own proofreader. You mentioned the specialty of the proofreader. This is where they can choose, I'm a molecular biologist and have a coursework on, molecular biology, and I want someone who is in the field to proofread it. So this is where they can choose their own proofreader. Every company, us and our competitors, the in-house, the customer work is assigned randomly to whoever is free. So there is no specification of what background the proofreader has. But all of our proofreaders have go through a test, which is taken by lawyers. This is like a real test.
So the first question is, how much are you charging and how much are you paying the proofreaders?
Okay. So as of right now, we have several services, $5, $6.99, $7.99, $10.99. They each have their specifications. The basic service $6.99, CV is $5, $7.99 is premium, and there's differences in there as well. And $10.99 is the urgent service. Our proofreaders get a commission of around 40%, but it's different because we have our pricing strategy is interesting in that we charge per 1,000 words, but if you have 1,700 words, we charge for 2,000. But the proofreaders get paid per word, and this is the agreement we have. So we make a little bit over than 56% because we have marketing expenses as well.
And how many customers do you have now?
Sorry?
How many paying customers do you have?
Okay, so we have more than 100 proofread documents, of which 40% are returning customers. So we have had around 50, 60 customers.
And one last question from me.
Okay.
Tell me a bit more about the team and who is doing what.
Well, I'll start by introducing myself, and Joe can introduce himself. I just recently graduated in pharmacology, bachelor in pharmacology, so this is my first business anything. It's very exciting and I love it. Next year I'm doing a master's in Cambridge, which is also very entrepreneurial, but it's in the bioscience field. But I'm hoping to continuously develop Proofable because it's my baby. And
thank you. So my role in Proofable is running the financial part of the company. And my background is financial services, so I've been involved in investment banking for several years. And my current occupation is also in the entrepreneurial sector, so I'm running my own other company, but I'm helping Maria with the financials in this one and basically making budgets and running the financials. So we also have another team member who is currently not attending the event. His name is Peter. He's our main IT guy, and he has 8 years of experience in the development of various banking softwares, and he has extending experience in IT sector.
I have a marketing question then. You say you want to be a multilingual global service provider. Why are you a co-UK business?
Yes, this is actually an interesting question because we wanted to become, which is the best. But this domain name was taken. However, we actually got contacted to buy this domain name because it became available. So this is our first and major next step to buy the .com name, domain name. And yes, that's why. But we will be .com.
Good. And then you said you are breaking even since basically day one. Yeah, virtually. How are your projected revenues going forward? Do you have a scalability model, and what are the plans? You are the financial guys. Maybe you can tell us.
So far, since we haven't really worked on any projections, and our involvement was on and off since Maria was still studying in the last year, we didn't really have a projection for the sales, since they are very dependent on the marketing spend throughout the year. And if you go back to the sales graph, we can show that actually, as you can see, in the end of March, we had a very successful campaign throughout March, and we had a spike in sales due to this campaign in Google Ads.
So our investment directly reflected to the amount of money, revenue which we earned.
And perhaps something else that I'd like to add is that we gradually built up and improved our quality of keywords in Google. So in the beginning we were making for each dollar spent, for each pound spent, £2 received, but now it's around £10 received for each pound spent. So it's a gradual improvement, but it got better all the time.
So what is the number which will make you fully committed to this venture as a financial guy?
What is the number?
Any number that will make you jump on.
I think that we've actually discussed, and we think that the 50,000 investment will bring us to the sales of around 300,000, which will be sustainable for us to dedicate more time to the project.
Are you based in London or here?
Well, currently throughout the summer we're based in Bulgaria, both of us. But I have also some dedicated project in the UK, so it's traveling as well.
But we're very hardworking.
Very quick question. So on your website you say that you are UK's #1 academic proofreading service. Does it mean that you target, well, first of all, who gave you this #1 rank? And second is, does it mean that you target primarily your academic audience, and at the end it says, let us prove your writing and help you improve your marks? So this means like students.
That's correct. So our initial target segment was students, as you've obviously noticed from our website. However, we are planning on diversifying the client base. And
did you have any other customers?
Yes, we had other customers such as professionals, but we have a slide.
So yes, we've had other professionals. For instance, we can proofread website content. This is one of the person who actually sent their CV to be proofread. This person is from investment banking, and he's a CFO. So we were very excited to have this kind of client, and they were extremely happy with us. And because he's looking to have his own business ventures, he's going to send his website content over the summer. So we do not depend on seasonality, although until now we have, because over the summer some students don't study. So we do have other targeted audiences, students, professionals, writers, and website content as well. But the options are unlimited. Anyone who wants anything proofread. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Record your feedback on the green notes and stick it on the wall after that.
So, now it's time for a question from you. Do you have one question? We have time. Okay.
I'm the only one who asks questions here. Okay, I worked in education for years in Asia, helping people apply to university in the UK specifically. I found that generally they have ridiculous expectations of proofreaders. How do you deal with that? And if I was a potential customer, why don't I go to Elance or People Per Hour or one of those other sites?
So the first question is the expectations from the customer. We have not had any negative feedback on the quality of proofreading so far, and hopefully for much longer. However, some customers are very worried on the quality, so they ask if they can have a free sample. So we do provide that. So we can give you a free 1,000-word sample so you can see our quality of proofreading, and everyone who has asked for a sample has come back. So we're hoping that our service is pretty good. But we also plan in the future to have a training event for the proofreaders. So, you know, we are offering, especially for the in-house proofreading, the freelance is a separate story, but we're offering a level, a quality of service which we want to maintain with every proofreader. And we're so far, because we have only 2 girls which work, we've had face-to-face meetings, and I've told them what we expect from them. So this is how we do the quality control so far. Of course, this is going to change as we develop, and courses in proofreading would be the ideal answer to that solution to that problem. The second question is, why do they choose us and not Elance? Elance is an amazing, successful business. However, it is for every kind of freelancer. Most students, when they're writing coursework, and probably most of you in the audience, I know that I have, in the last minute, oh my god, I need to proofread this, or you know, you're fighting for the deadline to proofread or to complete your work even. So we're a niche service where students can go straight away. Like I said, there's already other proofreading companies, but here they have the choice. They have, oh, I don't have time in-house. Oh, I want to choose my own proofreader. So they go to the freelance. And this is all in one, and it's also going to be very user-friendly. Most of our competitors are extremely difficult to use. You have to first send your work, then they have to tell you a quote, and it's a very long process. So time is one of our advantages as well.
Okay, thank you once again to Proofable. So, now it's time for the next idea. It's called Koki, predicting the unpredictable for businesses.
So, hi guys, I'm Angel. I represent our team Koki and our idea. We're developing a platform for idea management and forecasting, which can be used for innovation, risk assessment, and forecasting. The method behind is based on prediction markets, game mechanics, and other crowdsourcing methods. Here on the slides you can see pictures from our MVP on which you can play today. Here you can ask a question or drop an idea. Then all of them are getting rated by the employees and the customers of the company, and they do it through trading on it. Just like in Betfair or Eurofootball, but they trade on business ideas. And then you can see the top ideas and the most probable metrics to happen, and also a leaderboard of the prediction gurus from the users in the platform. This is for predicting. Now we are developing a more sophisticated tool for idea management, in which every idea goes through different stages of maturity, and it's also generated by the company stakeholders. And this will help further companies to improve their speed and quality of innovation. So why we do all of this? Because it already has been said a lot about the prediction markets, about the collective intelligence, and about the gamification of the workplace. These are concepts that are still unknown to many, many companies. So, in applying them all together to company will help them to tap into the knowledge of their employees like never before. It is faster and more accurate than most methods for predicting the future and assessing ideas, and it is in the same time improve the motivation of the employees to work harder and achieve the goals of the company. So there are already a lot of big companies which use this kind of platforms. For example, Best Buy predict their sales, or IBM predict the number of their bugs in their software. Or intercontinental hotel group who improve their customer experience. But we target smaller companies with at least 50 employees which work on computers, from the IT industry, consumer goods, engineering and manufacturing, finance services, and many more. But we go start from the retail sector. Now we talk with Kraft Foods, they have interested, and also with the Sofia municipality. Our main competitors are Spirit and Luminogic, but they do different platform for every company. We're going to do one platform in the cloud which can be applied to many companies from one industry. Our business model is freemium with different packages and free use in the beginning. Our team consists of 5 persons, two IT developers and 3 business developers with international experience. And for sure, I should also mention our great mentors, Kirill, Angel, and Milko, and also our other supporters from the university. So, for the last 3 months, we have gone through a lot of entrepreneurship challenges and mentorship programs. We have learned a lot. And now we plan to start beta testing from September and to launch our new product in the beginning of the next year. Now I invite all of you to come to the corner of the wisdom, which is over there, because we have prepared a game for you in which you can bet on the 9 companies which are here today. And if you predict the winners or the losers, you can win some awards. So if you want to know more, come there and figure out. Thank you for your attention. Before start the question, I want to invite my team members, Bonchu, Veliko, and Alexander.
Hi guys, just to give me a better understanding of what you're doing, could you please provide, let's say, 2 use cases, real examples where this platform can add real value? Where you have discovered by asking clients that this case works well with such platform and adds real value to the company.
Alright, so what we now talk is about predicting the number of sales of new suites for one company which we talk. So they have a lot of methods with which they predict, and they hire also companies they outsource. But they want to try this because they can ask all the employees, and this way they can have one more metric about the number. So it's just an additional tool for forecasting, and it's
okay. Just
more. Buffalo Horowitz want to have new taste of orange. And orange and strawberry and lemon, and they don't know which of them to start production and put on the market. So they put these 3 waffles on the platform, and employees say, okay, maybe lemon is fine, so I'm gonna buy from the lemon. I think that this will be a really nice waffle, and that way the management see which waffle is the most liked from the employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have appeared at many events. Have you won any of these events?
Yes, we have won the 3Challenge first.
What did you learn during these meetings with mentors?
We have learned how to do customer development, how to find our value proposition, how to find our channels through which to sell our product, and also a lot of networking.
Is it that you didn't find a company for beta testing? Why?
Because we doesn't have much time for the moment. Now we are looking for beta testing. We also have 2 prospective beta testers.
You have beta version?
It's not beta version, it's still MVP.
It's an alpha, and actually we have only asked one company, one manager of the company, to test it, and we said it's going to be in the fall, in the autumn. So they were like, okay, but it's not the time to do it now. So it was not kind of.
You are ready for beta testing. The product is ready for beta testing.
No, it's an alpha, not beta.
We'll test it now, right?
Yes, so it's adapted for the challenge here.
Yeah, so you have 3 business guys and 2 IT guys, and the 3 business guys couldn't have a beta tester. So you should fire 2 of the 3 business guys.
You may be right. I'm a developer.
Okay, thank you to our jury. Now it's your turn to ask the questions. So, any questions in the room? Thank you.
As far as I understood, if I'm a company and I want to ask a question whether this will be good or not for my company, then who answered this question? Who are those customers that go inside there and answer so that I have the prediction? And if there are people, how do you get the stimulus for them?
It's not the clients of the company, it's the employees. That's the initial version. We plan to make it adapted for customers to do it, not employees, but we start from the employees. The employees will answer these questions.
Okay, any more questions? Someone? Okay. All right. So thank you to Goki. Thank you.
You and your hairdresser would fall in love with our next team, which is schedule.bg.
Hi. So, how many of you remember us? Fair enough. So, for those of you who don't know us, we want you to make your hairdresser appointments completely online. So, in the idea stage, we told you and showed you what problem we're solving, so I'm not going to place a marked emphasis on it now. I am going to, however, place a marked emphasis on our solution. Now, it solves problems both for the businesses and for the customers. However, the businesses are the only ones who get to pay for this. Now, our business model includes premium account, which in itself includes this online booking which I mentioned. It also includes posting the salon's awards and promotions. And during the 3 months we figured out we can make money also from hosting hairdresser websites under ours and providing them with accounting software which they wanted from us. And we can provide them as long as the market wants it. So during those 3 months, we started talking directly with the customers. We gathered feedback from 13 salons, quality feedback, and started working more closely with 2 salons. We made sure we provide a quality design and the market wanted this, so that it can grow to a more powerful global player on this market. Now, we've incorporated all this feedback from the hairdressers, and you can log on to our website in order to see if we have done well, in your opinion, of course. From now on, 1 month from now, we will have our first users. After that, 2 months from now, you can book your first appointment online, and during this time, we will start our marketing campaign. When the appointment is ready to go online, we plan on giving this premium account free for around 2 months. So after that, we start gathering revenue, and we plan on heavily investing in order to become a global market maker. Now, our company's vision is for this thing to grow on a global level, not on a regional. So what, in our opinion, we have more than the competition. Here are 3 companies which more or less represent our competition. Now, the first one is from Singapore. Its downside is that you cannot book your appointment without getting a reply back. The second one is from Ireland. It's kind of a different story there. You have to pay in order for your appointment to get booked. You can't pay in the salon. And the third one is our regional competitor, which doesn't allow you to book your appointment online, and it generally has little features, but it has a database which we can be kind enough to use. So, in our opinion, what we have more than those companies is first, our website is more usable and you can directly book your appointment. No replying or stuff. Second, the hairdressers will be encouraged to be more social, more outgoing on the web. And our design is, in our opinion, our huge advantage because we really worked hard on that and we are willing to incorporate any argumentatively asked feature and satisfy the customer's needs. Our team, I'm Jonko, I've been the Vice President Marketing of the NGO for 9 months now. I'm the product customer development, and this is my partner Martin. He is employed in Terry, he's the product development. So we could use another front-end specialist there, and if there are any other enthusiasts. And those are the things we could use. Those are screenshots from our website. Thank you for listening.
I kind of couldn't find the booking feature on the website. Maybe it's just me being too clumsy to work with the site itself. Okay. How do you imagine the future of your company? What do you want to become?
Well, first we want to learn on the Bulgarian market how to make business and perhaps do one or two mistakes which we can't allow on the global market. And after that, we'll focus on becoming a leader in the region. And in my opinion, if we do become a regional company, then this global vision, which I mentioned, could be the easier part.
Okay, I guess it's not easy to sell to hairdressers or anything. So have you figured out a way to basically give what you're offering to them in a way that they'll be eager to have it?
In my opinion, yes.
No, I mean, do you charge them? Do you have to charge them? Is there any other way, like the open table, just give the software for free, charge for the booking itself only? Or what's the revenue model and how do you plan to scale this? Basically, the revenue model I think is crucial here because if you sell the software, it will be difficult to go and to have individual sales. So how do you plan to go wide, to access all the beauty salons without actually going to each one of them? And can you offer them something that they are willing to basically purchase?
Well, our stuff on the last part. Now, based on my experience in the previous 3 months, I believe we can offer them something they will be eager to use. Now, first we charge per hairdresser. Maybe I didn't mention that.
Per person?
Yeah. A hairdresser, manicurist, or... Because in most salons you have 2 hairdressers and one...
And how much do you charge for that?
Well, our initial talk was 20 level, but we got feedback from one salon and from entrepreneurs that maybe 10 level would be the better startup sum, so we'll get to that then. But 20 level is perhaps the top price. And,
any other options? Have you discovered a way to charge different than that? Basically, the person who has the most bookings will make the most money and be willing to give you percentage, obviously high price, and be able to pay for the system. The person who doesn't have bookings and is just a regional local saloon, having the clients that are from the neighborhood that they know each other, probably won't use the system if you sell it in this way. So basically, how do you plan to attract the saloons to join?
Well, they themselves want this as a marketing tool, and they'll be eager to have a little discount if you book online. And once we get our first customers in, I think this advantage that they'll have over the others will attract the others as well.
It is written that you have customer development with 16 hairdressers. How many are they overall now? How many are they at all overall?
Well, I overgone 16 salons and 13 were eager to give us feedback and tell us what they want, like, and yeah.
Become around 30.
Well, yeah. The first stage, yes.
This platform is working now already in Sofia? Or?
Well, it's not ready yet. We are developing it now. So, in 1st of August, we think to launch the first version where the hairdressers will be able to register their salon.
But this is not only for hairdressers, as you said, this for beauticians, so also.
Yeah.
Yes. The market, this is no choice.
Okay, now a special offer. You have a really amazing opportunity to ask questions these cool guys about their service.
Have you guys talked about the mobile app? Or you will stay away?
Well, we definitely like a mobile app.
Can you do it? Why not?
No. Well, in our opinion, this market is very underestimated. The simple fact that you can't get a statistic anywhere where the global hairdresser market is worth, that's kind of proof that it's a bit underestimated.
Okay, anyone questions?
Where and how are you going to advertise this? Because I'm interested in when it's ready.
Well, we think that our initial marketing will be in websites which are more used in by the male auditory, because according to our clients, their male clients will be more eager to use this feature, and we have to get to them. And we'll get to them by, I don't know, maybe football websites, because in Bulgaria they're popular and not that expensive for us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions? Okay.
So it's not really a question, it's more than a comment. You mentioned that you will launch a 2-month free period for salons. We basically did that too in our project, and after that we discovered that 2 months free is a lot of time, and then people do not want to pay after you've given them 2 months for free. So you should consider lowering the period maybe to 1 month or half a month, something like that.
We will.
All right. My question is to all. How many of you would use this service? Raise your hand.
Thank you for the question, by the way.
Okay, thank you. Please give your applause for scheduled officers.
So, now it's time for you to write down your feedback and ideas so that you can put them later on the posters. And now it's time for another new team that's joining 3Challenge. And this is a team that's steering the iPad gaming experience. So applause for Kolos.
Hey guys, this is Team Kolos, and this is Kevin. Kevin is really frustrated because he loves his iPad, but he just hates playing games on it. After just 2 minutes of gaming, his arms are getting tired, his palms are starting to sweat, iPad's thin body does not provide comfortable enough grip. Luckily, Kevin was introduced to the Kolos wheel. So Kevin takes the world's first iPad gaming wheel in his hands, and the first thing he notices is the antiperspirant technology used that prevents the hands from sweating. He instantly likes the new experience thanks to the comfortable grip the Goals wheel offers. With the dedicated base and clamp, his gaming is now 10 times more accurate and stable.
Just like our frustrated friend Kevin here, I'm going to let you guys enjoy this product. I'm sure you're going to love it. Here you go. By 2017, 2 billion tablet devices are going to ship, and Apple is going to sell 700 million of those. 1 out of 3 iPad users nowadays is an active gamer. In 5-year period, we're looking to have 35 million buyers. They're actually willing to spend $89 for the product. With 2.5% market share, 600,000 units sold, that's approximately $48 million in revenue with 55% gross margin. We're actually also looking to sell our products online and offline at specific retail stores. This is our biggest competitor right here. I'm going to let you guys check it out. It has local materials, and we have gathered information from you from Amazon. The product reviews have confirmed that we're going to have absolutely no problem competing against our biggest competitor.
And here is why we think so. After developing the Goals Mini for the iPad Mini, our 2 products would support 2 form factors only. The design and the high quality materials will offer more comfortable and more realistic gaming experience. The Goals will support over 300 mobile games, and as you could see on this slide, is the very first to enter this specific customer segment of iPad owners. The Goals wheel was also featured at the following technology blocks here. And we have so far invested 25,000 euros in this project. We have so far acquired industrial design patent, registered the Goals trademark and logo. Our manufacturer has signed a 10-year non-disclosure agreement for exclusive manufacturing. The design is 100% ready to enter production. We also received distribution inquiries from 10 different countries and also a confirmed order of 130,000 euros. We also received 40 buying inquiries from end customers with zero budget. Our product was liked by nearly 4,000 people at thefancy.com, proving catching, cool design. We also went out of the building and talked to our potential customers at 2 Apple stores here in Bulgaria. We received 30 completed surveys, and the feedback has been quite phenomenal.
Our go-to-market strategy is launching a Kickstarter campaign. We're looking to acquire 25,000 euros in funding, which actually we're going to use for the development of Goals Mini, which is going to be specifically used for the iPad Mini. Film a video for that and hire PR experts that are going to help us launch the campaign. A few words about the founders. Ivo has been specifically involved with the prototyping and the design of the product. He has extensively studied the Kickstarter campaigns, and he's formed very strong connections with market specialists that have launched successful campaigns.
Nicky is a second-time entrepreneur. His first company in the USA has acquired over $350,000 in funding. He has also experience in online sales. Some of our key partners include a design studio, a Chinese manufacturer, and order fulfillment service.
So our next milestones are to develop this specific product, which is going to transfer the virtual buttons onto physical buttons to virtual buttons, and also to develop a specific universal wheel that is going to provide, that we're going to be able to use for 7-inch tablets, and also a YouTube library that people are going to be able to rate and review games. Thank you so much.
Maybe you have heard this question many times already, I suppose so. But, well, isn't it a little bit contradictory, the fact that I use iPad Mini because it's light and I can put it in my baggage and travel with it. And if I combine it with the wheel over there, it will get much heavier and it will be a problem with me to travel. Because basically I don't play games at home on this, I play on my computer. When I travel, I can use this for games. So my question is a typical gamer who is going to use this is so in love with the pad that he's going to play at home and prefer something which is heavier to hold in his hands, or just have it steady? I mean, it's like, isn't it a little bit contradictory to have something that you make?
Yes. Well, we understand your question. Yes. Basically, the steering wheel and the iPad are focused on gamers that are in the living room. This feature that the steering wheel is detachable is a plus for gamers that are willing, say, to go to the bathroom and play some games, to go on their couch and play some games. Basically, the compact design allows for, well, people like you, for example, to play on, in the home. Basically, in the home, in your home, and not travel all around the world and play. That's the basic point.
Is this the new design? This is a competitor.
Yes.
So this is how your design will look like.
Yes, exactly. This is a.
I say this is the prototype, so that I guess everybody knows that this is not the final version. Obviously, the materials that are going to be used are going to be much higher quality, and it's actually not going to be as bulky and it's not going to be as heavy.
Well, there are several things that make our product better. Okay.
And you just have to, let's say, turn to the left pretty fast, just because, let's say, we're playing a fast game. This is what you do, and this is what happens. And if the iPad is not attached properly, I mean, you know what can happen.
So this is one thing. Another thing, our product is far more functional. It provides better quality materials. It will provide better quality materials for our specific customer segment of iPad gamers. So basically, it offers much more functionality and improved functionality. Also, stability, as you can see.
You're planning to produce it here in Bulgaria, or?
Our Chinese manufacturer, yes, has signed a non-disclosure agreement, and hopefully we will produce it soon, after the Kickstarter campaign.
And you have patent.
We also have acquired industrial design patent here in Bulgaria.
Mine was about IPR. You are obviously outsourcing this to China. China has a reputation for ignoring IPRs, and the barriers to entry for producing this are not very high. I mean, it's easy for them to replicate your product and just outsell you. How are you going to protect it, and how are you going to build a brand that actually beats the competitors that are obviously richer than you in terms of marketing?
Right. Just to get back to the whole copycat situation. Basically, I mean, you could do reverse engineering, you could do many different things, and we know from our iPhones to our cars to even buildings nowadays, you know, Chinese people are copying, and it doesn't seem like people have a solution to really prevent that from happening, and that's why we have specifically gotten our patent and we have registered in our key target markets. And yeah, you might say, why don't you, for example, sue a company like that? But at the end of the day, if we are limited in terms of investment, in terms of funds, probably a lawsuit would be much more expensive than just not pursuing, or whatever you're going to get from the lawsuit might not be as much as you would spend for lawyer services.
Also, we're hoping that the Kickstarter campaign will lay the foundation of a brand, of a Goals brand, and the team behind it with quality products that will serve as the original product and not as the copying product, because this is the very first product on the market in the world that will enter this segment.
Okay, one more question. I've seen you around in a while. You've been pitching these products here and there. What takes you so long for finishing this prototype and putting it on Kickstarter? What was the main challenge there?
Yes, well, the main reason was, as always, probably promotion and money. We had no resources left in order to promote a campaign that we did a while ago. We did an Indiegogo campaign several months ago. Basically what happened was that no one actually knew our product existed because we had no resources to promote it. So we learned our lessons. With the money that we're seeking, we are going to hire PR people that know this stuff. And also, it's like every other product. The Kickstarter campaign is like every other product. You have to promote it. People have to know that it exists so they can come, buy, and be happy.
But then this is a prototype.
Exactly.
Where the final product is going to come, and what's the difference between the prototype and the final product? Where are you going?
The prototype, well, the final product is going to come from China, our manufacturer. And it will going to have improved quality overall and functionality. Is this what you're asking?
Okay. And how much will be the unit cost of this?
Retail price? The retail price is $89. This has been confirmed from the survey that we conducted in the 2 Apple retail stores here in Bulgaria.
Hi guys. Cool product, but so in my last job I had to buy 100 iPads and I had to actually get different covers for these iPads. We had 2 problems and neither of those are addressed by your product. So one problem was iPad batteries die, and especially when you're gaming, iPad batteries go down quicker. So I'm surprised you guys aren't thinking about adding in some sort of like reserve battery pack, this kind of thing. That's the first thing. Second thing then is like, I also agree with the judges that it seems like a very bulky thing to do. Have you thought about making something that's portable? Because if you could have something you could fold into handles and use for gaming sometimes and then fold back into a cover case, that's good. Because for the 100 iPads that I had to buy, I also bought 100 covers. And we spent about, I don't know, $35, $40 per cover case, and that was on the cheaper end. And you could definitely spend a bit more. So, but you'd have to prove to me that the value is there. And at the moment, like, I couldn't see that from something big and chunky.
Okay, so to your first question, adding something that will charge the iPad simultaneously is something that will add up to the final price of the product, and we don't want that. This is one issue. Second issue is that the adapters of all iPads are different. As you know, Apple introduced the Lightning connector, and if we add something to the steering wheel, say Bluetooth or well, probably the Bluetooth will be the best solution here. But if you're implying into some adapter, say, it will only support second, third, and fourth generation iPad. This is one side. To your second question, the Coles wheel cannot be used with cases, unfortunately, because the design does not allow it. However, you mentioned, can we create something lighter? Well, we are developing the Coles Mini for the iPad Mini. The iPad Mini is much more lighter, and also the Coles Mini will have a smaller diameter, will also be lighter and easier to use. So basically, in our vision for the future, we see Coles Mini selling much more than Coles, because Mini is far more popular than the regular iPad.
Okay, wish you guys luck, and Kickstarter will tell you whether or not people want it. So yeah, it'll be pretty clear.
Thank you.
Any other questions in the room? Carlos? Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Shut up and take my money.
Thank you, man. We love you.
Our last theme, we're going to understand how easy to access can lawyers get with e-law.
Applause.
Applause for them.
Hi guys, I'm Nikki, and the question our team sets is, how do people with legal problems find a lawyer? In any case, they will have to spend a lot of time and money to find, to search, to meet and brief the lawyer about their problems, and that's not very good. So our solution to that is an online platform which connects non-lawyers to attorneys who are specifically competent in the area of their exact case. So non-lawyers can file legal inquiries and online consultation requests and receive offers from lawyers who work in their city and practice in that same area. Also, there is a possibility of looking through the lawyer profiles, which have valuable information about them and also ratings. So in eLaw, we charge lawyers with monthly or yearly subscription fee. It's only working here in Bulgaria. And the platform is paid since 3 months, and for that time we've managed to register 90 monthly subscriptions with a total of 2,200 left. Our competitors, since we are planning to go international, are eLaw-like platforms in USA, Canada, Germany, and Great Britain, as the idea is expanding very quickly. Our advantage to them is that we do not only provide direct contract to lawyers, for lawyers to clients, but we also give them marketing tools to promote their services. Our advantage, as I said, is that we found a legal way to surpass lawyer advertisement restrictions, and that's very important to lawyers because they have to advertise themselves somehow. And we also have a network of lawyers and law students who help us adapt the system to other countries, their culture, and their legislation. So right now we have about 360 registered lawyers, and our main aim is to increase the number of non-lawyer visitors who file legal inquiries, and that's how we are going to satisfy lawyer needs and increase paid subscriptions. The team, we are young, that's us, we are ambitious, and there's a lot of high team spirit going on around here. We also have our advisory board. They help us with funding, contacts, and mentoring at some point. And we think that we're going to need some help from a marketing or advertisement specialist. So until now, the platform is working from January, the end of January. We've managed to have 364 registered lawyers covering 91 cities in Bulgaria. We've also had about 560 legal inquiries, and each inquiry receives 4.6 answers from a lawyer. So in Bulgaria, right now, there are 1,500 registered lawyers, and each month there are about 2 million searches in Google for the Bulgarian words of lawyer or a law firm, which gives us a general perspective about the online legal search, online services search. If we manage to uphold our growing tempo so far, we can go, in 3 months, we can go to a revenue of about 2,000 less in Bulgaria. Thank you very much for your attention.
Who do you charge? Me, the lawyer? How do the lawyer will make money from filing my complaint? How the mechanics behind the platform?
Basically, the platform is free for non-lawyers because we want to promote them using it. In your case, you should just visit the platform, write down a couple of things, a brief description of your case, and choose in which city do you want the lawyer to practice, because you probably have to meet him. And also, you should choose the area of law in which you think your case is. In the case of a ticket, it's administrative law. So after that, you can select the time in the period in which you need an answer from a lawyer, and you can brief the lawyer about the legal services fee you are ready to give up for that service. So after that, we send that info to all the lawyers who are practicing in your city and in the administrative law.
So you charge lawyers. So one more question from my side. Who built the platform?
So the platform was built by an IT programmer, who is not right here right now. His name is Christian.
You outsourced the platform?
No, he is a part of our team. Yes.
And how much are you charging the lawyers, and when are you charging them?
So, as we showed, there are 3 types of subscription: free, monthly, or yearly. So, if you are a lawyer, you can have a profile, you can receive legal inquiries and online consultation requests for free. But if you want to answer them, you have to be subscribed monthly or yearly.
Do you
have any feedback from the lawyers already?
Yeah, that's the great part of it, that lawyers are very active. They send us feedback about how we can make the site more user-friendly, and how we can make things work better for them.
And it works in the bigger city, maybe, mostly.
The
platform works in the bigger city, mostly, or everywhere?
So most of the inquiries come in Sofia, but there are also a lot of inquiries coming from small cities to big cities, because as you know, in a small city there are probably 10 lawyers who practice every area of law, and they cannot specialize in a specific area. But in bigger cities there's such possibility. And the thing with the online consultation is that we do not filter by city, because everything, the online consultation, is given online. So you can maybe be in London and you want to have a legal analysis of a problem here in Bulgaria, and you just send the info and you get back from a lawyer.
So you mentioned that you found a legally okay way to advertise lawyers. Can you please elaborate a little bit about this? Is this a risk, business risk for your platform? One day maybe this legal way will become illegal?
Thank you for the question. The advertising rules for lawyers are seen through for the bar association of each country. Right now, we are in the final part of our negotiations with the Bar Association here in Bulgaria. Actually, we found that Bulgarian non-advertising rules for lawyers are the most strict from Europe, because our legislation is too old and it's not adapted to the system here, to the new marketing methods. So they have given their approval to us by mouth that the platform is okay and it's all cool. And in the start of July, they're going to assemble a council to write that down on paper for us.
But you're currently operating, and this is not exactly okay at the moment.
It is okay, because if we are being pursued for someone, it will be from the Bar Association, and they are not going to do that, because we have already talked with them.
You do realize this is a huge business risk, right?
Yeah, we realized it, and the thing is that we had a brief consultation about our project with the last president of the Bar Association, and she was not so convinced that this is okay, but now the new members are pretty okay with it, with everything.
Exactly what I meant. I mean, next few years maybe there are going to be other guys that are not happy with this. So is this going to break your business? Do you have any plan B? Are you going to also build in other industries for professional services? Geographically, how are you planning to expand?
We think that getting the approval from the Bar Association is enough for Bulgaria, but we will have to do that in every single country that we want to expand to. There is no such platform in Italy, in Netherlands, in all the Balkan countries, and we were planning to start with Romania, because the population there is 21 million and the number of registered lawyers there is about 30,000. It's close to us, they are near our legal structure, our legislation, and it will be very easy for us to adapt the site for the system there.
I just want to add something. The restriction for lawyers is to advertise themselves. We're not advertising lawyers, we advertise our platform. This is a way to find a lawyer. That's the difference.
Okay. Who is your competitor? Didn't hear that.
Okay, right now here in Bulgaria there is none such service. We consider legal online directories for some kind of a competitor, but they only have a profile, name, telephone, email of the lawyer. And internationally, Each country that I mentioned, USA, Canada, Great Britain and Germany, have a couple or up to 5 websites which are basically the same platform as ELO.
It's a lot of work done. Who invested so far in that?
How much have we invested?
Well, who? Yes. Who invested in this so far?
It's friends, family, and we are hoping fools. And we are hoping fools.
Last clarifying question is, the answers are given exclusively by lawyers?
Yeah, exclusively.
So, but who is responsible? They are responsible. If you have the disclaimers and all these kind of things, you did.
Each lawyer is responsible for his answer. When a lawyer registers himself, we check him in the bar registry, and he has to write down his lawyer's number. And if something doesn't add up, we just do not let him register.
So if based on this advice somebody is losing a house, what is happening?
Sorry?
If based on this advice somebody is losing a case or something like that, or the wrong advice, I mean, it could be a big damage actually sometimes.
Yeah, it could be, but the thing we're doing here is preserving the communication between the lawyer and the client.
So you're just
personal.
a mediator.
Yeah. So we are just the platform which contains that communication. We are not bearing something. Yeah. As I mentioned, each legal inquiry averages 4.6 answers from lawyers.
We have time for one question. He was first.
I'm just interested in understanding how do you protect confidentiality of inquiries, and basically how would you prevent that my inquiry will not be heard by all lawyers in my small town and they won't use it against me?
So when you file an inquiry at step 2, you have a list of lawyers which comply to your search. So the lawyers who work in your city and in the same area of law. You can see them through, you can add or delete some of them, and the list you end up with is going to receive your inquiry. And the other thing is that the initial contact, your first legal inquiry, contains not all of the information. You just basically brief the lawyer about your case, and after that you begin with each lawyer a private consultation. It's like a private forum, and it's everything between you and him with the lawyer you're corresponding.
Okay, I don't actually have a comment rather than a question. You said you have difficulty attracting just ordinary people to use the website, and my advice is maybe there are some things that people are interested in, like for example I'm interested in harmonization between European Union and national law on some specific issue, for example Natura 2000 regulations. I couldn't find this in the website, but maybe there's something on the side that is like news or important stuff for you, so that when you go in, you can just read it by yourself. And yeah, I think that's a good idea. Maybe.
A great thing about the lawyer profiles is that each lawyer can upload his legal publications. And basically those publications are written on an ordinary language and are made for people to understand. So if you go in the site, there is a section of publications, and you can go through all of them.
Okay, thank you. Let us hear an applause.